them to join us, the Maiyegun today. And thank you if you have done that already. So tonight, we are delving into Wike's face-off. This time, not just with Fulbara. It is now with the National Secretary of the APC, Egbekegbe, Senator Ajibola Bashir. Last year, when Fulbara decamped to APC, Tinubu sent a delegation comprising of Rebadom, this Ajibola, and then a few others to go and welcome Fulbara into APC. They presented him a membership card and they said he is the numero uno, the number one of APC in Rivers State. Wike is not comfortable with that. So when Wike returned back to Rivers State in what is now called his homecoming tour, Wike has been making different kinds of utterances, threats. The above one of his threats includes the repetition that they have made up their minds. They are not going to support Fulbara for second term. This position contradicts what the delegation of APC did when they welcomed Fulbara. Now that is where we're going to start from this evening. Wike has now fired shot, a direct one. Yesterday, he said some people were saying that Tinubu will call him to order and Fulbara will get his second term. He reminded everyone then that if Fulbara should get a second term, that will automatically bury the political careers of all of his supporters. And he, with Wike, would never let that happen. Now again, in contrast to what the APC went to do in Rivers State. So this has now led to a further reaction where the National Secretary of APC is calling on Tinubu to sack Wike. And the honorable thing for Wike is for him to resign. How can you be in PDP and you are serving in APC government and then you are working to scuttle the APC for them? So it's, I think, like I said in the past, or in the recent past, things are about to really get interesting if you are paying attention. So this was Ajibola and a delegation to reassure Fulbara of his secured second term.
And by the entrance of Governor Fulbara to the APC, the South-South geopolitical zone made a first. That is the first zone that has all APC governors in the zone. So I congratulate our governor. I congratulate our party, because when the governor is doing well, it's symbol that our party is doing well. But the only way you can compensate the governor, compensate our party, people of Rivers State, is to continue to vote for our party, the APC, in all elections. APC, APC, and I know that in the fullness of time, in the general election coming, the vote for our party, the vote for our governor, the vote for our president will be very massive in Rivers State. Today, we have a president that is a detribalized Nigeria, a president that derobed himself of sentiment when it comes to addressing national issues. Even those who have not joined us in the APC, Mr. President maintained equity, fairness, and justice to all the subnationals. And what has happened in Nigeria today is that we have a president that want Nigeria to develop. I was impressed for the fact that even today, Mr. Governor of Rivers State had to address a very important issue that will have a spectacular improvement on the revenue of the country, and that is the Ogoni question, addressing the need for oil exploration to resume back in Ogoni land. It will help our country and also help everybody. Today, anybody that is standing aloof and has not joined the APC, maybe they are bidding their time. We are very sure that in the fullness of time, all the timber and caliber, all Iroko of political relevance in Nigeria will join my party, your party, the party of the governor of Rivers State, All Progressive Congress. I want to assure you that the party will create a level playing ground for everybody. Just as our leader, President Tinubu said during the last NEC meeting, which all of us attended, we must create room for all of us to be accommodated. Even if you have a large room and your neighbor is staying outside, try to create a small space within that room. So this is a party that believes in tolerance, a party that believes in equity, and a party that believes in the wisdom of leadership to allow all of us to prosper under the broom which symbolizes unity and of course which will bring progress to our country. The project and
so that was supposed to be Tinubu's message, the message of everybody is welcome, because their own plan on how to return Tinubu in 2027 is that if all these governors joins APC, so, and they are all supporting Tinubu, so it would make it much easier, okay, to write results where they probably projected to have problems. And in that sense, it is a winning idea. So whatever anyone and everyone probably have against one another, they would have to make them secondary. That was Ajibola's message. But that's not with Wike's own agreement. Because according to Wike, the agreement he himself, Fubara, signed with Tinubu was that Fubara will not run for second term. So running to APC is not going to save him. Because the idea, and there's something you also should pay attention to. Under Bokwari, when they say APC, people will respond, change. Do you remember that anymore? I don't think you do. I mean, when you see them all over the place, you see APC, their evil broom as their logo everywhere. Have you noticed that it is Tinubu's infinity logo that is now more or less like the APC logo? Have you noticed? Back then, when they say APC, people will respond and say, change. Now, if you say APC, people will respond, renewed hope. So practically, this is Tinubu's party. Do you understand? And everybody is on the queue, except Wike. Because to Wike, anybody coming to Rivers State should be careful. Because Rivers State politics is completely different from the politics of the rest of Nigeria. In fact, in this 2027, they want to do rainbow coalition in Rivers State. The rainbow coalition is where you have PDP and APC together. You know, that was something that Wike succeeded in achieving by controlling both parties in the state. So this time, he brought them out. He brought them to stay, on stage to come and show to the rest of Nigerians that, listen, even Tinubu knows, agreement is agreement. When it comes to Rivers State, he, Wike, will decide what will happen. And they have decided Fubara is not getting a second term. Now this It's not like simply delivered. Listen to how Wike actually did it, which has now triggered further reactions. Interesting. He actually said, Rebadom signed, Tinubu signed, Fubara signed, what's the other person? Peter Odili signed. And this agreement has been breached by Fubara. So APC or whatever should stay away. Meanwhile, APC were like, this person is a governor, APC governor. So whatever you have with him is expected to be protected by their party. So how this is going to play out now, we'll find out. But with the Wike's response to Ajibola, or should I remind you, what initially prompted the sort of like reaction of Ajibola was when the supposed APC national vice chairman for the South or something, right? The guy called Gadom. That one went on stage 2 days ago in one of Wike's tours in the local government tours of Wike, and he called, including that person or something like, including that one called governor, that Wike will decide what will happen in the state. And this person is a national vice chairman of APC.
And to reassure you that Gokana is no-go area for anybody, be it the so-called governor of Rivers State. For him to win anything in Gokana, he must pass through Wike. Thank you.
So the so-called governor of Rivers State, what's going on? I mean, you are supposed to be like the same party. Wike is not a member of your party. Why is that? Now, Wike's own position, responding to Ajibola, quite interesting. If you haven't seen it, watch it here.
First of all, you know the problem in this world, in this country, when you see people who are better than you, instead of you to say, look, how will I be that way so I can grow? You begin to be jealous, envious of such persons. I challenge any state in this country today, if you don't have the capacity, put the two parties together and see what it takes.
A biggie man, 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 a biggie man. You know the for size, so a biggie man, 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 a biggie man. You know the for size, so a biggie man, 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 a biggie man. You know the for size, so a biggie man, a biggie man, a biggie man.
This is the only state you can see the main two political parties working together. We did it in 2023. We said, President, you will take this one. The other party, take this one. That is what happened. Where's that on Chukwemeka? Where's the Tono Kocha? This is the chairman of APC. This is the chairman of PDP. Any state that can do it, tell them to come out. Not be to talk cha.
No be whoa. Yes, so we can our leader. Oh. No be cha. Oh. No be we can our leader. No be whoa. No be whoa. Yes, so we can our leader. No be cha. Oh. Yes, so we can our leader.
If I don't say this, let me one dose who come to River State because you have heard about 600 billion. You come here, you collect, and you open your mouth, you talk anyhow. I want to say it. You know, when you are doing something for the interest of everybody, some people will come out to make sure those things don't work. I say it here, Victor, I want to say it here. Take this message. Tell your national secretary, leave River State alone. Leave River State alone. Go and ask those who have tried it before. Go and ask those who have tried it before.
Carpenter, Birikila, Owa Pondole Dole, Kamanga, Wukandole, Owa Pondole Dole, Carpenter, Birikila, Owa Pondole Dole, Kamanga, Wukandole, Owa Pondole Dole, Carpenter, Birikila, Owa Pondole Dole, Kamanga, Wukandole, Owa Pondole Dole.
Don't take our support from Mr. President for granted. You have to be careful the statement you make. You have to be careful. Today, you are enjoying in Osun. You don't know those who did the work. You are opening your mouth to talk about River State. Anything you see, take it. Anything you see, what? Take it.
Agreement is agreement, yo. Agreement is agreement, yo. We don't reach it for settlement. You can't tell me nonsense. Agreement is agreement, yo.
When Mr. President comes back, when I see the Minister of the Economy, I will tell them to tell him, go and ask other people what has happened to them before. Putting River State, carry your hand to come to River State. If your hand burns, don't say the people no more. I can challenge anybody. This state is a no-go area. This state is a no-go area. Whether you like it or you don't like it or there. So, take the one you have taken. Stop making unnecessary comments. Take the one you have taken. Stop making unnecessary comments. If not, when I come out. So, I'm not here and I want to tell anybody, I'm not begging. All we are here, we have taken a decision to support Ajibola Ahmed Tinubu.
Then they fear you, then they fear you, then they fear you, and you're so wicked that they fear you. Come on, body, then they fear you, then they fear you, then they fear you, and you're so wicked that they fear you. Come on, body,
we agreed to support Ahmed Bola Tinubu in 2023. Nobody forced us. We are the first state that did it.
Take him.
With a weekend. I mean, in all honesty, the day they clipped the wings of Wike in Nigeria politics, we are actually going to miss him. Yeah, we are going to miss him. I'm telling you. But you know something is this. I don't know the arrangement between Tinubu and Wike. And I may never know, we may never know. But there is something here that somehow you can reason it that if Wike is willing to go against the position of Tinubu when it comes to this River State, Like, I mean, even Tinubu can change my mind, sort of. Okay? We chose to support him. So we can decide not to. If, like this River State, it's like a no-go area. And even Tinubu knows. Because according to him, he said, they agreed. Ribadu signed, this one signed, that one signed, and all of that. But when it is time for settlement, you can't determine nonsense. No, agreement is agreement too. So here is the deal. It is either Wike is more powerful than